afternoon. This is the knitting news from Knit Happens Teesside for Thursday, the 23rd of May 2019. Last night at knitting there were a few of us again. Maggie was working on a Marie Wallin cardigan jacket sort of garment that's knitted all in the round and then steeked up the middle, which means cutting through your knitting. And that was keeping her very quiet, and she did lose a stitch marker, which is quite a regular occurrence. And then she borrowed one of mine, and then as we were leaving she found hers on the floor. We always have to check if anybody's dropped anything, and I think the week before it was a needle. Anyway, that's going to be nice. Sarah had brought a different project that we think we might have seen before, but it was a sheepies, well, which is a ball of cotton with two colours twisted through, and then the colours change, and then they went through a series of colours from sort of a turquoise to a brown that we weren't sure whether it was a brown or a grey, so it was very much a browny grey. And then the colours are going to get more exciting, and it was going to be a top, but now it's going to be a shawl. Not quite sure whether it's Secret Pathways or something like that. I should have checked. Anyway, she's doing really well with it, and it's looking really nice. Athene is crocheting a bag, and she was working on the base last night. I think it will be single crochet in English and double crochet in American terms. And it's white, and it's washable, because we were wondering about having a white bag, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Just stick it in the washer. Very hot vanilla tea. Patrina had almost completed her West Yorkshire Spinner's sweater for her husband, and she pinned it all together, which is really kind of the only way sometimes to check whether something's going to fit. And she did find that the sleeves weren't long enough, so she's had to undo all of her raglan shapings to make the sleeve about an inch or so longer, and then she'll have to do the raglan shapings again. But it's definitely worth it, and it's definitely going to be a very nice sweater. So she was busy redoing her raglans. And I was working on my pie shawl. And my cone of yarn doesn't seem to be any smaller than it was when I started. I'm sure it will be, but it kind of doesn't look like it is. And I've been looking ahead at when I put the border on, because the border's going to be knitted on and then pick up a stitch all the way around, so I won't have to sew it on. So I'll have to fathom out how to do that and see if I can manage. Hopefully I can. I think as far as knitting news and our projects, that's about it. The sun was shining. The air conditioning, I'm not quite sure whether it was on or not, or whether that was just me. But usually when we sit there for 2.5 hours, it gets a little bit chilly by the end of the evening, especially in winter when it's blowing cold air at us. Last night, it was quite warm. I don't think there was much blowing of cold air anywhere. More news, maybe next week.